The Galactic Combat Academy's training hall stretched 300 meters in every direction, its crystalline walls reflecting the pale blue light of Kepler 442b's twin suns. 200 cadets from 47 different species stood in formation, their attention fixed on the sparring platform at the center of the arena. Lily Chen adjusted her standard-issue training suit, her dark eyes scanning the elevated platform where today's demonstration would take place. She was one of only 12 humans enrolled in the academy this cycle, and after 8 months of grueling training, she had learned to ignore the whispers that followed her through the corridors. Humans were still considered a novelty in galactic society, their species having achieved faster than light travel only 3 generations ago. Today's exercise will focus on close-quarters combat integration, announced Instructor Vaxilor, his forearms gesturing toward the platform. The Kravachan's chitinous exterior clicked as he moved. We will examine various species-specific combat methodologies and their effectiveness against standardized opponents. Lily felt a familiar knot form in her stomach. She knew what was coming. Cadet Chen, front and center. She stepped forward, her boots clicking against the polished floor. Around her, she heard the subtle sounds of amusement from her fellow cadets. The Vraxians clicked their mandibles in their equivalent of laughter. The Thorian delegation's tentacles writhed with anticipation. And then there was Liam Craxer, though he insisted everyone use his chosen human name, despite being a towering Xanthari warrior. Standing at nearly 3 meters tall with blue-gray skin and bioluminescent markings running along his muscular frame, Liam had made it his personal mission to prove that human combat techniques were primitive and ineffective. "Ah, the Terran," Liam's voice boomed across the hall as he stepped onto the platform opposite Lily. "Tell me, Cadet Chen, will you be demonstrating your species' famous martial arts today?" He formed air quotes with his 4-fingered hands, his face contorting into what the Xanthari considered a grin. Lily said nothing. She simply took her position, feet shoulder-width apart, hands loose at her sides. The humans believe, Liam continued, playing to the crowd, that their ancient fighting systems, developed before they even achieved spaceflight, can compete with modern, evolved combat techniques. He flexed his arms, each one capable of crushing steel. They cling to traditions born from their primitive warfare, refusing to accept that size, strength, and genetic superiority determine victory in combat. Instructor Vaxilor's mandibles clicked with irritation. "Cadet Craxer, take your position. Combat protocols will be observed. First to 3 touches wins the match. Neural dampeners will prevent serious injury, but pain feedback remains active." Liam spread his stance, adopting the Xanthari fighting form, aggressive, forward-leaning posture that emphasized overwhelming force and reach. His bioluminescent markings pulsed with confidence. "Begin," Vaxilor commanded. Liam lunged forward immediately, his massive arms sweeping toward Lily in a devastating arc. The attack was fast, far faster than his size suggested possible. The watching cadets gasped. Lily wasn't there. She had shifted her weight, redirecting her center of gravity in a movement so subtle it appeared she had simply faded to the side. Liam's fist cut through empty air, his momentum carrying him forward. Lily's hand touched his extended elbow, a light tap that barely made contact. "Touch 1, Cadet Chen," Vaxilor announced. Liam spun, his expression darkening. "Lucky positioning," he growled. "Let's see you do that again." He attacked again, this time with a combination, a high strike followed by a low sweep, a pattern taught in advanced Xanthari combat training. It was a technique that had won him 17 consecutive sparring matches. Lily moved like water flowing around stone. As his first strike came high, she dropped her center not by bending or ducking, but by settling her entire structure downward. The punch sailed overhead. As his leg swept low, she lifted her front foot, letting his massive limb pass beneath her, then stepped on top of it, using his own sweep as a platform. In that fraction of a second, balanced on his extended leg, she touched his shoulder. Touch 2. Cadet Chen. The training hall had gone silent. 200 cadets watched, many leaning forward, their various sensory organs fixed on the platform. Liam's bioluminescent markings flickered, a Xanthari sign of frustration. "This is absurd. You're not even fighting. You're just avoiding. Is that not the first principle of combat?" Lily spoke for the first time, her voice quiet but carrying across the hall. To not be where the attack is? Combat is about dominance, power, crushing your opponent. Liam's voice rose, his frustration evident. Is it? Lily's stance hadn't changed. She stood relaxed, centered, ready. Or is combat about achieving victory with minimum expenditure of energy and risk? Liam roared, an actual primal sound that echoed off the crystalline walls, and charged. This wasn't technique anymore. This was pure aggression, his massive frame hurtling toward Lily with enough force to shatter bone. What happened next would be analyzed in Academy tactical reviews for years to come. Lily stepped forward, into the charge. Her front foot angled slightly inward, her back foot pushed, her hip rotated, and her entire body became a lever. She made contact with Liam's center mass just as he reached her. Not pushing, not pulling, but redirecting. His own massive momentum, combined with the subtle spiral of her movement, sent him airborne. 3 meters of Zinthari warrior flipped through the air and crashed onto the platform with a thunderous impact that cracked the reinforced surface. Lily was already there, kneeling beside him, her hand resting gently on his chest. Touch 3. Cadet Chen. Match complete. The silence persisted for 3 full seconds before the hall erupted. Cadets from a dozen species were suddenly talking at once, gesturing, reviewing holographic replays of the match on their personal devices. Lily stood and extended her hand to Liam. He stared at it, his bioluminescent markings pulsing in confusion and embarrassment. How? He finally asked, taking her hand and letting her help him up. A gesture more symbolic than practical given their size difference. How did someone your size throw someone mine? I didn't throw you, Lily said simply. You threw yourself. I just showed you the direction. Instructor Vaxilor clicked forward, his forearms gesturing for silence. What Cadet Chen has demonstrated is a principle that many species forget in our pursuit of technological and genetic enhancement. The human martial arts, particularly those developed in Earth's Asian regions over thousands of years, are not about strength versus strength. They are about understanding force, leverage, balance, and timing. He turned to address the entire assembly. Humans developed these techniques because they needed to. Their world forced them to find ways for the smaller to defeat the larger, for the weaker to overcome the stronger. While other species evolved greater physical power, humans evolved greater understanding of physical principles. Lily walked off the platform, and for the first time since entering the academy, several non-human cadets nodded to her with genuine respect. Liam remained on the platform, staring at his hands. 3 touches, he muttered. I didn't even come close to landing 1 strike. You were too busy mocking the technique to respect it, said a Vraxian cadet passing by. Classic error. The instructor teaches this in tactical theory. As the cadets dispersed to their next training rotation, Liam found Lily in the corridor outside the hall. Teach me, he said without preamble. Lily paused, turning to face him. Teach you what? That whatever that was. I've been trained in 6 different combat systems. I've studied warfare tactics from 20 species, but I've never seen anything like what you just did. Lily considered him for a moment. It takes years to truly understand. It's not just techniques, it's principles. Philosophy even. Then I'll take years, Liam said firmly. I came to this academy to become the best. Today you showed me I don't even understand what best means. A small smile crossed Lily's face. Training starts at 500 in Auxiliary Gym 3. Wear comfortable clothes. And Liam, yes? Leave your ego outside. It'll just get in the way. As she walked away, Liam felt his bioluminescent markings pulse. Not with frustration or embarrassment this time, but with anticipation. He had mocked Earth's combat techniques, and in response, a human half his size had quietly, efficiently, and completely dismantled him in front of 200 witnesses. And somehow, that was exactly the lesson he had needed to learn.